Okay, we're gonna get on the road and start our road trip. Pulling out of the driveway right now, and I'm really not sure what to expect. I think we have some audio in the background from the little guy back there, and that's about it. We finally got our first stop into the maps. It took a while to get it in, and to reassure us that we are going in the right direction, I also have it right up here on Google Maps. This shows 2 hours and 17 minutes. The map down here, I think it showed 2 hours and 24 minutes. So I guess we'll take a look. Either way, it's more or less the same. And when I arrive at that first charging station, we'll be at 92%. So I feel comfortable that it's not 10% and we're just kind of getting used to it. As I'm driving here, I also noticed that the steering wheel is kind of pulsating a little bit. It's probably hard to see. Just kind of keeping us centered in the lane. This smart cruise control, lane keep, lane assist. All right, and we used the network. We actually are doing a FPL Florida Power and Light charger, and it doesn't show up in the networks here, but using A.B.R.P, which is a better route planning software, as well as PlugShare, we're able to find that there is a charger. It's not one that's in this network here, but we are confident that it's going to be there. I also looked it up on the computer, and I did Google Maps to verify, so I feel like I'm doing so much planning to stop at these few charge stations I need to. So I guess as we're new into EV road trips, we have to do planning and kind of really look ahead in the future. Control. That's weird. I have control. I got my foot down. So I basically don't have my highway assist until I pull over the vehicle and wait, because I didn't take control of the steering wheel or turn off. They wanted me to push up on the lever fast to identify that I was in control, and I did not do that. So it's now penalizing me, and I won't be able to put on the smart cruise control self-driving until I pull over. I do, however, have the adaptive cruise control turned on. I'm gonna go ahead and pull over and get out of the vehicle when I can safely stop, and see how long I need to stay out of the vehicle before I get back in. I'm hoping I can pull over, put in park, get back in the vehicle, and then I will be able to turn on the smart cruise control, lane keep, lane assist features. So where can I stop? I mean, technically I'm stopped here, but now I gotta get back. I'll go right over there. Tropical wine, here I come. I'll park it, jump out, maybe. Can I go over there? All right, well, I'll do it right there. That looks good. Get off the road. Ooh. The whole family here sleeping. Oh, hey, nice to see you.
Where are we? We're taking a quick stop.
We're stopped right now. I'll be... You want to go pee?
I wonder if you have to turn the car off.
No, it doesn't turn off. You put a button to turn it off. get back in and hopefully be able to put it in this driving mode. Alright, we're getting back on the interstate here, and as soon as I can get up the speed, I will see if I have the helpful driving features. Alright, so we're at 70. Let's see if we can turn it on.
Where are we going?
It's on.
Camping. Long road trip.
Good news, Cooper. We got the driving assist turned back on.
Go to Bookie Beer and camping.
Sounds good. What about Allie? Does Allie want to go anywhere?
Yes. I want to go to the Bookie Beer.
My wife just asked me how long I can drive without having my hand on the wheel. So let's find out. By the way, I am prepared right here. There it is. Ahead, it's telling me there's going to be a lane merge. Is that this one, which I'm aware of?
This is the absolute largest, I guess, what do you call this? Truck stop? Is it a truck stop? Gas station that I've ever seen, ever. I know, I don't want to go here either. We can't even park to charge our vehicle. Look, we got a Tesla over here, but no charging for you, buddy. We do want to go inside and see Bucky. Oh, it would be great if we could charge. Yeah, we got ethanol, we got diesel, we got high octane. We've driven around this whole thing. No, there isn't a charging station here. I'm not seeing one. I hope we can find one. It's only gas. I looked on the PlugShare app. I didn't see anything on the PlugShare app. I won't. We're going to park and we're going to go inside and visit with Bucky the Beaver.
So we have a few miles until we get to the first charging station, and we are using the PlugShare app and the A.B.R.P app to identify the charging station that we're going to. We are not actually going to any of these chargers. We're going to an FPL charger, which I've never heard of. We're also using Google to navigate us there, and we're still on the road. A few more minutes till we get there. We've been pretty efficient along the way. 2.32 last 15 minutes. I show 96 miles remaining, but down here it says 2.2 miles, and I'll be there in 3 minutes. But the 91 miles is what it's actually showing, so there's some sort of math, something that's wrong, because 91 plus 2 is 93, and it's showing here 90. I recognize
In 800
this.
feet, your destination will be on the left.
I recognize this area from Google Maps a little bit earlier, and I am using Google to navigate here. And just like I thought, there are our chargers. Again, I don't recognize any of these chargers. This is an FPL charger. So let's hope we have the right...
Your destination is on the left.
That's right, destination's on the left. Let's hope we have the right connector for these. Some are bigger, some are smaller, so I'm assuming the bigger ones are the faster ones. The smaller ones are probably the slower ones, but let's go see and figure it out. Can you hold that for me, please? I'm going to turn around here. Now, how do I do this? How do they reach? Okay, so I am here at FPL EVolution. Let's see if I can navigate. I downloaded the app. I did my research ahead of time. All right, so now I need to create an account, or I can use a guest account. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that open. I'm gonna assume we have the big charger. Looks like they don't have trash cans here. That's a bummer. Okay, so I see a QR code, emergency stop. What do we have? It looks like a fast charger. I haven't seen this one before. Oh, that's okay. That's a different version. This is ours right here. That's the one we're looking at. In fact, let's look at those. What are we looking at? Will you unlock it? There we go. So this is the one I'm going to use in the Rivian. And this, ooh, is really heavy. It's something I haven't seen before. It's really big. All right, how do we do this? I'm assuming if I was to take the app, so they're putting $1 on my credit card to authorize me. They enabled my camera, so that should work. Try the charging. All right, so it wants to use my camera. It says I don't have a card on file, but I'm using Apple Pay, so I'm going to authorize Apple Pay. Do another double click. That's done. So can I use my camera? It's not using my camera. Start charging. I can't start charging until I plug that in, of course. Transaction started. Your session has started. Okay, cool. So it looks like I can connect that to the vehicle. We'll try that and see how this goes. Will you even reach? All right. Ooh, this is a heavy cord. I really wasn't sure how to park in here. This is kind of weird. I see a white flashing light. All right, I see a green light. I feel good with that. This is kind of weird. I wasn't sure. So we pulled in from that location right there, came driving through here. Perfect. We did our research. We knew where the chargers were, and I wasn't sure how to park, because if I park the Rivian where it should be, I think I would have a hard time getting the charging cable or charging cord in front of it. So I didn't know if I should park parallel or perpendicular. If I park this way, perpendicular, well, these vehicles coming here, I would actually be in the road like I am right now. So it's really not clear how I was supposed to be parking here. It is clear that it is electronic vehicle parking charging only. So these are FPL chargers. This is completely brand new to me. FPL, those are really thick. FPL EVolution, like you saw us get charging over there. Now this is also FPL EVolution. Nice. And they all appear to have fast charging capabilities. Oh, here we go. So this is actually, can I pull that out? Yeah, that's also fast charging. I'm just not sure at what speed. But this is easy. You can see the different connectors for the different vehicles. I ordered this connector on the internet, but I ordered it wrong. It was just the wrong connector for me. I went to the bigger one, so that's much bigger than these are. I just thought it would be more power going to it and probably charge a little bit faster. Wasn't really sure. All right, so these all look to be about the same here. I can't believe there isn't a trash can here. That would probably be helpful. It's just really sad to see people litter. I think someone else is going to take care of it and pick it up. I should probably go inside and make sure we are charging. However, yes, I do see that we are charging here, so I feel good about that. But let's see, how fast are we going? We're going very slow. 5.7 kilowatts an hour. Oh, maybe, okay, that's what it is. We're going 124 kilowatts. We've added back 6.2 kilowatts an hour. That's what we're looking at here. Let's go check inside the truck.
I'm playing Go Game.
Oh, good, you're playing a game? Okay, so charging 100 miles, 33%. Ends in 1 hour and 14 minutes. I wonder how high that's going to get us to. I did set charging to 100% because we're on a road trip here. So you have charging set to 100%. So I'm not sure if it's going to charge me to 80% and cut me off, or if I'm going to get the full 100%. I'm still driving in conservative, so I can get the fullest range possible. All right, so we've been outside chatting with our new friend, and it looks like we have to unplug and try again. We are capped at 90%. So I was thinking we might get capped at 80%, but we got capped at 90%. I was hoping we could get to 100%, but that's okay, because we're still going to make it to the Walmart location we need to go to in Georgia, or that's South Carolina. So that looks good there. Let's go ahead and get unplugged. I have my key in my pocket too, just in case, so I don't get locked out. Can I unplug this way? I think, oh, I can, and that was red, by the way. So being that it was red, it was probably allowing me to unplug it, but I probably should hit the stop charging button before I do that again. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this back here. It's really heavy. It's hot outside here in Florida as well. Alright, getting back on the road. So as I said, we've been here for 45 minutes to an hour. One of our friends came, he had an Audi, he was charging, and it was really awesome. Met a new friend, a lot of similar interests, talking about real estate. He just bought a property in Bahamas, so he told me to check into the Bahamas for real estate. Alright, we are back on the road. We found our second charging station. It's in South Carolina. We ended up getting a hotel room right nearby, and great thing is it's right next to a Walmart. So we're gonna go get some supplies here this morning. let the vehicle charge. And I wanted to notify you, or let you know, or inform you that you want to take a look at the different charging levels when you pull up to a charge station. And depending on your vehicle, you might want to make sure that you get the highest charging rating possible. Can I say that? So these are 350, 350, 150, and only 50 over there. So if you want to get a fast charge as fast as possible, then go with these. Right now we are at a 22% charge, and this will give us the fastest possible time to charge and get out of here and get back on the road. So those are 350, and these both over here are 150. So when you pull up, they're not all the same. It's just like going to the gas station. They're not all the same. Video from Sasquatch. I'm watching video from Sasquatch last night while we're sitting here at the charging station. We're currently out there 25%, but listen to that hum noise. It's not even the air conditioning. I'm gonna turn this off. That's completely off. That's pretty gnarly. That hum, I'm not sure what it is or what's going on, but let's see here. We're getting a pretty fast charge going on here. But the charge station makes noise, and I think more specifically the Rivian is just humming along. Maybe it's a tandem or a duo, or they're singing together. It's pretty cool. As I sit here going through my videos from our hotel room last night, not the hotel room itself, but watching all the people walk around, I lost 14 miles of range on my charge. So 14 miles, I had no idea. I knew I'd lose something, but I didn't realize leaving the cameras on, I'd lose 14 miles of range on the Rivian. But there you have it. This is pretty cool. It identifies the camera on the truck with whatever action it saw. I don't know, I saw a light blink right there. Maybe I see some lights blink, people in the background. You can't really tell. I see cars over there. I was expecting to see like people walking around, kicking the tires, peeking inside, stuff like that. Quick update about the charging status here at the Electrify America. We're getting about 123 kilowatts an hour, and we've already added back 55 kilowatts an hour, so we're at about 192 mileage. That's our range, not mileage. And I have the air conditioning going the full blast. You can see my hair dancing in the air conditioning. At any rate, it's 95 degrees out, and it's 8:27 a.m. here in the morning, and it's a little warm out, and it's taken a little bit of time, but I think we're doing pretty good. I just wanted to show you the speed and kind of what we're looking at here. I'm uploading another video so you can take a look at our overnight stay with Sasquatch and using the video recording system here on the Rivian. I came here at 8 a.m. with about 60 miles range, maybe it was 59 miles range remaining on the Rivian here, and I was able to, in about 44 minutes, add back just over 80% range. Well, 80% full of the 100% range available. Currently 245 miles. We've added 77 kilowatt hours back to the vehicle. And if I want to charge from the remaining 82 to 100%, it's estimated it would take 1 hour and 5 minutes. I feel good about this. I'm basically at the second charger station here in Waltersboro, South Carolina, and I have put in my destination, at least where the campsite is. It's in Rock Hill, South Carolina. I have plenty of range to get there, and it's going to take us 2 hours 39 minutes, assuming no stops, no traffic. We're doing good so far. And right now I am at a 96% charge, not quite 100%, but I feel confident we're going to have plenty of range to get there. And the charger here at Electrify America has really slowed us down, really throttled us. We're only getting 22 kilowatts added to the vehicle right now, and it says right here, slower close to full, I can't read today, slower close to full charge. So basically, they're telling you it's slowing down the closer you get towards your 100%. out there on the charge station, you see it's at 96%. Inside, it meets, it's 96%. Oh, let me go back. Can you see that? $45.15, and we have been here for over an hour now. I feel comfortable leaving, and we're gonna go ahead and leave. Oh, what? Hi. Are you hot?
Yes.
How hot are you?
I'm really, really hot.
Okay. And I'm really, really cold.
Really, really hot.
So I have those shooting in the back. Rear is already turned on. Made it to the KOA campsite, pictured there. We have 105 miles remaining, so that worked out well. We're following this yellow banana golf cart to our spot, and we chose, or we requested, an RV site. And when I was in there, I asked if we could get some shade, and he laughed and said there's not a whole lot of shade here, but we'll deal with what we have. It's only, it's 100 degrees outside.
It was 102 before.
102. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the truck itself getting hot and heating up, but it's a warm one out there. So we'll see if my homemade air conditioner 5-gallon bucket is going to do the trick or not. Meanwhile, we do have some shade. I'm happy to see that, and we'll get parked. Looks like this is our site here.
Okay, a little shade.
Here's a quick tip. If you are out on the road and you have brought your portable charging cable with you, you can charge at a campsite. All right, final day, we're packing up here, and one of my neighbors here at the campsite came to me and said, "Hey, I like your truck. I just came from Nashville, Tennessee, where we're at a conference and we were talking."
APPA, American Public Power Association National Conference.
And I said, "Hey, it would be really nice if there were, you know, charging stations inside the rest stops." And his reply was,
"You can do that, but you're going to have rapid chargers. And if you put in rapid chargers that are 150 kW, that's going to take 225 amps to run that charger. So if a gas station puts in 4 charging stations, that's going to require a 1,000 amp 480 volt service to power that up."
And that's not cheap, or it's cheap?
Well, it's whether or not it's available. You can buy the equipment and do that, but there's got to be room on the grid for that. And
okay.
Every single common comment that was made at that conference, excuse me, was that there's not enough support. Tennessee hopes to have 200,000 electric vehicles by 2035.
Okay.
And to do that, the grid's going to have to be increased in size a substantial amount.
So at the conference, it was a power conference, or
power company conference?
Power company
public
conference.
Power.
Okay, public. Okay.
So the bottom line is, in order for as many electric vehicles to go online as what the country wants, we're going to have to make major increases in the size of our grid.
Okay.
A few of them here and there,
sense.
not a big deal.
Sure.
When they become 20, 30, 40% of the vehicles on the road, that's going to become a huge deal.
That is. So are there any proposed ways to do that?
Well,
or what? I guess everyone has an idea, right?
Yeah, there's no proposed ways. It's just that's just a fact that's been revealed, and now it's going to have to be studied. And
that makes sense.
How do you don't just
how do you do that? Yeah.
Press a button and make your electric grid twice the size.
Wait a minute. Let's back that up. You're saying that you don't just push a button and it just doesn't install itself?
No.
You can't just go to the store and just buy it?
Right.
Okay, so real people have to do real work, and in order to bring electric vehicles to the masses, there's going to be an infrastructure change.
Correct.
And that's going to be foundational, right?
Correct.
In order for us to be able to drive nice vehicles, or different type of vehicles. Obviously, there are nice vehicles from a distance, you know, but you know, the electric vehicles, it's a different type of charger, different type of infrastructure. And what's your name?
My name's Jerry.
Jerry? All right, Jerry. Nice to meet you. Thank you. We are currently in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we want to head back home to Central Florida. And trying to figure out where we want to go, we know that we want to stop somewhere, some sort of place in Florida, a vacation destination, and stay at the hotel for one day. So we're not quite sure where we're going, we just know the direction is south towards Florida. And along the way, we're trying to figure out the route. How are we going to get there? And so knowing your destination is really important, and then knowing the route is also just as important, because you need to plan a route that has a charging station along the road. If you don't, then you're going to be in trouble, because as you know, there are only a few charging stations on specific roads. In addition to that, you need to you need to actually check that charging station to see if it's actually functioning, because sometimes there are power outages, sometimes they are just not available. So I use PlugShare app in addition to the Rivian navigation to figure out where I'm going. First thing I did is type the address into the Rivian navigation that I took from the PlugShare, and I know that I'm heading towards a fast charger station in Waltersboro, South Carolina, which we stopped at the way north. We stopped there, and so I know it's a good charger, but it could have been damaged along the way. So in going south, I opened up the PlugShare app. I didn't see any notifications from any of the fellow EV drivers, so I'm going to make the assumption that it's good. And the assumption is, it's an assumption, and if it's not good, we're gonna have to cross that bridge and figure out what that means if it's not working. We are in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm using the Rivian navigation system to see where chargers are located. These chargers with the pin drop they're kind of a slow charger. There are different networks. For example, ChargePoint has some down here, and if you were to click on them, you can see that, you know, that's a ChargePoint and it's 6.6 kW, and that's okay, but that would take us a long time to charge. On a positive note, I did keep the Rivian more or less charged as high as I could, so that when we get on the road today, I knew that we wouldn't have to worry about stopping somewhere nearby to charge. We could go a good distance. Now, I know that we want to go to Florida, and knowing the destination is really important. We have a pretty good overall destination. We just don't know specifically what hotel or where we plan to stay. So we had figured out the route along the way, and the route is it's a charging station, and it's really important to plan your charging stations, because if you don't plan ahead, you'll find yourself at a really slow charger, and you might be there for a couple of days charging your vehicle if it's on low range. So we found a charger at a Walmart, a super Walmart, that charges really fast. I like to find the 50 kW or higher. If you can get a 150 or anything above that, you're doing pretty good and you're charging pretty quickly. So we took this route on the way up to Charlotte from Florida, and there are several chargers along the way. You're just not seeing them here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start that navigation. And then you saw the green ones. Those are the fast ones. So if I zoom out on the navigation, sometimes you'll see all of them, sometimes you won't. If you hit the availability or the refresh, then it will actually populate and kind of evaluate your search area here. So right here is a fast charger, and again, we don't need to charge, but you know, I'm just sharing this information with you. This is pretty responsive. So as you can see, oh, just jumped around on us. See where we are. It's very responsive. I feel really good about this. It's real time. So I see we're going to run into a little bit of traffic there, and our overall drive to the first charging station it's in 3 hours. Now the charging time will depend on what my range is when we actually arrive. So if we arrive and I only have 66 miles of range, it's going to take, good question, I don't know how long it's going to take until I get there, plug in, to figure out the speed of the charging. And basically when I stop charging, at what range do I stop at? Am I going to stop at 80% or am I going all the way to 100%? I'll have to evaluate that when we get there. And then I will, once we get there, I will also, in parallel, be planning my next stop. Where's my next stop after Waltersboro, South Carolina? Am I going to Jacksonville? Am I going to, Brunswick? Where am I going? And that's important so that when I leave the charging station, I know how full to keep the vehicle charged to. And you want to basically arrive with what you feel comfortable with. I like to have 50 miles range if available. Some people only have 10 miles range available. and they feel comfortable going down to 10 miles. If something happens, I like to have something available, so if at least I had to go to a hotel, I could. So that's kind of how you plan a trip. Stopped here, I was making sure that I got the fastest charger. So this one looks like it's 150 kW, so we'll do that one there. And I felt really good about it. So we're just pulling in here from Charlotte, and let's take a look at our numbers and see how far we've come and where we are. So the odometer is 1350, and we still have 83 miles of range remaining on the truck. The reflection shows it's green. That's the setting we have set up right now. See, these guys over here, they have a different setting. They decided not to show green. They just have the white going on there. Kind of cool. They got some sort of RFID. I'm not sure what that's for. Maybe for where they live. And he has a different wheel package. That's really sharp. Really nice wheels. Now I see that they are set up to the lower setting, just like we are. Actually, we're a little bit lower. See how low we are? We're on the lowest. These guys are on the low setting. So I'm in conservative mode, really trying to conserve how much energy we're using on the trip here. But really nice. You can see our wheels versus these wheels, and I really like those. Those are beautiful wheels there. Now, I'm not sure what they have going on here, or maybe it's just a little dirt. A friend of mine texted me last night, and she asked, how long does it take to charge the Rivian? And my answer to her was, well, it just depends on how long it takes to charge. Depends on how full you are when you come to the actual charging station. It also depends on how fast of a charger you have when you come to the charging station. So what I mean by that is some of them have 150 kilowatts, some are just 50 kilowatts, others are 350. So the answer, I couldn't give her a straight answer, but I told her when we get on the road and we actually start the road trip, I will record it and then give that information to her. So when we pulled into this Electrify America, we were at 83 miles of range, and we have been charging for about 50 minutes. That's 50 minutes. And we were able to add 161 miles of range back. I think that's 244 miles when I started recording this, and that put us around 80% full. I am currently at 87%. I can see at a distance. There it is. I can see at a distance we're at 87. So we added 161 miles of range in 50 minutes, and we ended up changing chargers. So we started at 150 kilowatts, and then I ended up moving over to 350. I didn't realize that there was a faster charger right next to us. And so the answer is, you know, I would have charged a little bit faster if I had started here, I didn't move, and I maintained the fast speed. Another thing that came into play I didn't even think about was I didn't precondition the battery. What that means is Rivian has, if you're using the navigation inside Rivian and you're going to an Electrify America, which yes, it is supported in the app, it will precondition your battery if it knows you're driving to a charger. That means it's going to cool down the battery, it's going to condition the battery itself, so when you get to the charger, it's already cool and it can take a really fast charge. Apparently it generates heat as it charges the battery. So one challenge I'm faced with right now, as I report the numbers to you, 83 miles when we pulled in, we're at 244, we added 161. Something I didn't tell you is inside, it actually is slowing us down, and we're not getting the full maximum charge that we could be because I didn't precondition the battery. So there are many different factors that go into charging. And I think that as more and more people start reporting the different chargers, how fast they charge, we'll really be able to get this down to a fine science, or really get it understood, so we know that it takes 33 minutes to charge to a certain charge. But right now it's not really definitive. It's kind of just depends, I guess, is the answer. It's variable. So 161 miles, 50 minutes, that's what we're looking at. Charging at 350 kilowatts. So here it's preparing the battery for fast charging, and you can see that we still have more than 26 miles remaining before we actually need to be about 45 minutes before we're going to be pulling in and charging. But this has already started preparing 45 minutes ahead.
Alright, looks like we found our EVGo. This is going to be a tight squeeze next to this big truck. I'm so small compared to this big truck. We are going to saturate EVO. Let me turn on the camera so I can see how close I'm getting. Wow! I'm not very centered in this lane, but let me try to pull forward a little bit further. There's a little chaotic pulling in here. There's cars in front of me, cars behind me, people behind me. I'm still trying to park, of course. One-hand driving. I'm still kind of getting used to the one-pedal driving system here. I'm trying to get as close as I can to this truck. Hopefully it doesn't try to open his door while I'm driving in here. Alright. I'm a little crooked, but I think this will make it. I feel good about this.
As I'm pulling up to the EVGo station, I'm opening the app, and I saw the fastest one, the fastest station, they're all named, was Saturn EVO. And pulling it up, I am going to go ahead and start my charging session. So I clicked the start charging. I downloaded the EVGo app ahead of time. So let's go ahead, let's open up our charge port. Let's see, I guess I have to be in park. Open the charge port. I see it's open out here. I've linked the app to my credit card. And now the app and EVGo are connecting, and they're also connecting to my vehicle. So they're probably authenticating my payment and starting to charge, would be my guess. That's what I'm trying to put together here. I learned this from another fellow Rivian driver. He told me to get on the app ahead of time and get connected versus trying to come here and tap the card to get the payment started. And putting it in here. He said just do it all in your app, so when you pull up you know what's going on. The state of charge is 15% right now, and I am doing, well, it's counting up at 48 kilowatts, and it'll probably get going a lot faster. I believe this is a 350 kilowatt charger, and let's see how fast it gets going here. So the goal here is showing 80%, and we're starting at, ooh, that's touchscreen, that's pretty cool. It's starting at 15%, so let's see how long it takes us. We're already at 195 kilowatts, and that, my friends, that's fast charging. I know I can do a little bit faster, but I feel really comfortable with that speed right there. At the moment, it's dispersed 1.8 kilowatt hours to us. We are currently at 76% out of 100%, 77%. We have 228 miles, It says it's slower close to the full charge, so it's probably slowed us down a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and stop charging. We're getting right now 81 kilowatts, but that's been pulsing between 80 and 200 kilowatts, probably averaging somewhere around 100 to 120. We're gonna go ahead and stop charging and go have margaritas. So I don't know the best way to stop charging here, so I'm just going to, is there a button that says stop currently unavailable? No? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and just pull it out here. So I've seen this, I push it in, I'm holding it, it turned white, then pull that out. Size of that. That's a big cable. Good news, road trip's over and we're back home. We're at 12%, we're gonna charge in just a few moments, but I wanted to show you where we ended up. $1,760, and we came home with 2.67 miles per kilowatt hour as an average. Let's get a quick view of the truck. All kinds of bugs. It's kind of hard to see the bugs. It's a little bit of a dirt mess. You know, it's a road trip. What can you expect? A few bugs. Dirt. That's kind of cool, don't know what that is. A few bugs on the windshield. A couple bugs here. You can see the dirt on the truck. You can see where there's scratch marks here. Not really scratches, just stuff or debris has encountered it. Items in the back. Whee! A successful road trip is under our belt.